Manchester United winger Antony could be set for a spell on the sidelines after being seen leaving the stadium on crutches following the draw against Fenerbahce. United chalked up a third successive draw in the Europa League on Thursday night in Istanbul. Jose Mourinho's side ensured that Erik Ten Hag and his players have not tasted victory in the competition for 12 months. And there was further bad news after the final whistle. Antony only came on as a 73rd minute substitute for Marcus Rashford, but had to be withdrawn 16 minutes later for Amad Diallo. The problem initially appeared innocuous, but the Brazilian appeared in some discomfort and signaled to the bench that he needed replacing. A stretcher was brought onto the pitch to take the former Ajax man off, and he was later seen using crutches and wearing a protective boot on his left leg as he went through the media mixed zone on the way to the United coach. Antony has contributed just 1 goal in 5 appearances across all competitions this season, but Ten Hag can hardly afford any more injuries. The Dutchman later found himself having to defend his decision to introduce the 24-year-old ahead of Amad, a call which angered some fans on social media, saying Antony had been training very good. Antony has just 12 goals and 5 assists in 86 matches for United since Ten Hag oversaw an £86 million transfer to land him from his former club Ajax. He has so far failed to live up to his billing, with Alejandro Garnacho, Rashford, and Amad preferred in wide areas this season. But with Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Lenny Yoro, and Tyrell Malacia all missing from the trip to Istanbul, Ten Hag already has enough injuries on his hands. The result didn't do much to ease the pressure on his job either. Christian Eriksen put the away side ahead with a powerful finish at the end of a flowing move involving Garnacho, Noussair Mazraoui, and Joshua Zirkzee. That was their first shot on goal, but the good times didn't last. Andre Onana made 2 stunning quick-fire saves from Youssouf En-Nesyri to keep United 1-0 up at half-time, but the Fenerbahce striker nodded in from Alain Saint-Maximin's cross to equalize shortly after. The home side then had a penalty waved away for Manuel Ugarte's challenge on Bright Osai Samuel, an incident which saw Jose Mourinho sent off. Casemiro and Rasmus Højlund were summoned from the bench in the 55th minute in search of some inspiration, but United couldn't find it. They now sit 21st in the Europa League table after failing to beat FC Twente, Porto, and Fenerbahce. Erik Ten Hag will be looking for his Manchester United team to follow up their win over Brentford at the weekend with a result against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. The Red Devils are winless after their opening 2 Europa League games against FC Twente and FC Porto, and things won't get any easier when they walk out in Turkey to lock horns with their former boss. Ten Hag's side then have another big Premier League fixture ahead this weekend as United travel to West Ham on Sunday. They are currently 12th in the table, and the onus is on them to start climbing the league sooner rather than later. Ahead of Thursday night's match with Fenerbahce, Mirror Football rounds up all the latest news from in and around Old Trafford. Erik Ten Hag refused to become embroiled in a war of words with Jose Mourinho on the eve of Manchester United's crucial meeting with Fenerbahce in the Europa League. Mourinho, who won the same tournament during his time at United, stuck the boot in ahead of the match by outlining that nobody had come close to emulating his triumph in Europe since he was sacked by the Red Devils back in 2018. Rather than biting back, Ten Hag admitted there was work to be done to improve United's record in Europe under him, with the Dutchman overseeing just 1 win from their last 10 European games. The Glazer family are among the prospective bidders looking to acquire one of the 8 franchises in the 100. Chelsea director Jonathan Goldstein is also one of the high-profile names who has registered interest via the Rain Group, as reported by The Telegraph. The first round of bidding closed on Friday, and it's been reported that offers worth £650 million have been tabled for the franchises. Gareth Southgate could reportedly be considered for the manager's job at Crystal Palace if the Eagles decided to part company with Oliver Glasner. Palace have endured a shocking start to the season, and the scrutiny on Glasner, who made a huge impact last term, has grown in recent weeks, and the noise over his future has intensified following another defeat against Nottingham Forest on Monday night. Southgate recently outlined that he would be taking a year out of football, but that hasn't prevented speculation over his own future, with The Guardian claiming the former England boss could soon be targeted by one of his former clubs. Welcome back again. Fenerbahce boss Jose Mourinho was sent off as his side drew 1-1 with Manchester United in the Europa League. Mourinho was left furious after referee Clement Turpin waved away Fenerbahce's appeals for a penalty, when former Blackpool and QPR star Bright Osai Samuel went down in the box after a challenge from Manuel Ugarte. The Portuguese tactician vociferously argued his case to fourth official Jeremy Stinat, who was not happy with Mourinho's actions, and Turpin came over to defuse the situation by showing Mourinho a red card for foul and abusive language, forcing him to watch the rest of the game from the stands. And the tie ultimately ended as a draw thanks to goals from Christian Eriksen and Youssef En-Nesyri. Eriksen gave United an early lead after finishing off a well-worked move, before En-Nesyri headed home a second-half equalizer. And Mourinho, who won the Europa League and the League Cup during his 2.5 years in charge of United, was in vintage form when asked about the incident. After initially refusing to comment on the penalty shout, Mourinho revealed he spoke to Turpin about it after the game. He told me something incredible. He told TNT Sports. He told me that at the same time he could see the action in the box and my behavior on touchline. I congratulate him because he is absolutely incredible. His peripheral vision during the game, at 100 miles per hour, he had one eye on the penalty situation and one eye on the bench and on my behavior. So that's the explanation given. That's why he is one of the best referees in the world. I watched the incident. I don't speak about the incident. They United got a point against us, not us a point against them. We played amazing. If we play like this in the Turkish league, we destroy everything because we played a team at a superior level than up. The Premier League has more quality, more intensity, more pace, more everything. I think my boys did an amazing match. We had to do a crazy puzzle, but our performance was extraordinary. I couldn't ask for anything more from the players. Andre Onana made 2 fantastic saves. They scored in a situation we knew they could. We had a phenomenal performance. Come on. He saved the result. My goalkeeper didn't make a save. Mourinho is a loss to England, and to Portugal, and to Italy, and to Spain. Any country he has managed in would waive border control protocol to have him back. He would like to come back. Sooner or later, United will succeed. Hopefully sooner. Hopefully before one day, I go back to the Premier League and they become my opponent. At this moment, they are just my opponents for one match. In a rarity for a Mourinho European press conference, he conducted it entirely in English. Mourinho is a polyglot fluent in at least 5 languages, so he can be forgiven for not mastering Turkish just yet. Despite the language barrier, the repartee has already begun with the natives. Mourinho was asked if he could provide some names for Fenerbahce's left back against United. The left back. I'm waiting for advice from the specialists on TV, he quipped. The specialists that have a solution for everything. I don't understand Turkish on TV, but I will give word to this fellow here. I want to listen to them. I want to listen to them. So if I follow their advice tomorrow, I'm protected because it will be their choice. Mourinho mastered the backhanded compliment when he strode down the King's Road 20 years ago. He spoke sincerely about Erik ten Hag, whilst exposing the leeway he has enjoyed as United manager. Leeway Mourinho was not afforded when Ed Woodward undermined him. Shaw happened for sure, because it's very objective, is that they keep faith in the coach, they support the coach is staying season after season, and that means stability, it means trust, and they are giving him conditions to keep developing his job. That was a difference in relation to me. That could yet claim a 3rd winner's medal with United nearly 6 years after he returned to London. As you know, we won Europa League, We finished second in the Premier League. I think we still have a chance to win that league because if they punish Man City with points, maybe we win that league and then they have to pay me the bonus and give me the medal." Mourinho was still in his element after the 32-minute gathering had ended. He confirmed the Football Association had not approached him about coaching England, clasped hands with those who had jostled to press the flesh, had a selfie with a Turkish journalist, and paused again before departing. There was a recommendation for sunbathing and cuisine, the salubrious settings at the Four Seasons Hotel. Mourinho is staying there. "You can have my bedroom," he boomed. He signed off with an instruction for the interpreter. "We play Manchester United. We need 35,000. You don't understand? We cannot play 11 against 11. We need 35,000 behind us." As for the shirt, it's a Fenerbahce away shirt signed to Sam Jose Mourinho.